Live. What's up, beautiful people?
Okay,
Why can I hear myself? Who's got speakers?
I'm not. I've got headphones on. I've got headphones on. You can't blame me for that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wednesday night Curse of Strahd. D&D 5e module. We have 6 players here this evening. The newest member of our team, Amelia Illustrious up here in the corner, aka Drax, one of the mods in the channel. So glad you could join us, Drax, for this new campaign. This is a module for Curse of Strahd, so it's all official content. There'll be a little bit of twist to the story, so those of you that do know the Curse of Strahd, there will be some slight changes here and there to throw you all off the trail somewhat. Mr. Roasted Chickens, what's up? So, before we get started, this is obviously session 0. This is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to roll our HP for all our characters. We're going to roll our stats. How we're going to roll our stats is we're going to roll 3d6, and you're going to re-roll 1s, and then literally you're going to do that 6 times, write your stats down, and then you're going to put your stats into your character sheet in the appropriate slots where you want to put them. Once you have completed all your stats and that's all ready to go, we will then go into a prologue or introduction into the campaign. So what the prologue is going to entail is the introduction of the characters, some RP sort of setting the story, and the tonight's session will end when the characters make their transition to Barovia. And then we'll pick up session 1 from there. So this session may not go the full 3 hours. We may finish a little bit earlier. If we do finish a little bit earlier, if people want to hang around and have a bit of a chat before we finish up the campaign, definitely by all means. I'm probably going to keep it going for a little bit just because. Those that have to leave can leave, but for all intents and purposes we might do a bit of a Q&A afterwards based on what's happened tonight. So, firstly, let's start. We'll might as well go from top left as I'm looking at it from the stream and around, and start with our HP stats. So, Carnos, would you roll your HP for me, please?
Oh, my HP.
Your
right.
HP, your hit points.
I believe that is a D8.
As a fighter, I do believe you are correct. 10s,
God.
dude. D10s.
T-teens. I wasn't even reading much character sheet.
3 D10s for you.
Alright, and it is... Oh, it's good. That's a 10. That's a 4. And that's a 3. So
17 max HP to begin with. So pop that into your rolled HP. That HP will change obviously when we do your stats for your constitution, because obviously the constitution modifier gets added to your HP.
Sweet.
So next on our list, Fibblestib. Adam, for you will need to roll, I believe,
D8s.
D8s as a artificer.
Alrighty. 3d8. Roll. Okay, so I get to re-roll 1 dice.
Yep. HP don't reroll ones.
Oh, crap.
Only for your stats.
Yeah.
That's nice. Alright, so that's 16.
16. So again, on your class section of your character builder under manage HP, put that in as your rolled HP for the time being. Next up is Mirabelle. Yours are D6s.
Oh, I've got them ready.
So 3D6s for you.
Wow. 8.
8. So again, under your class, the class tab on your character builder, manage HP, put 8 into your rolled HP.
Done.
Next up is Amelia.
Why did it come up with max hit points of 5 then?
Because you're on a minus constitution at the moment. Obviously, the stats will be
Sweet.
rolled shortly. So, Drax, you will again go to your edit character, go to the class section of your character builder.
Yep.
Click on manage HP and roll 3d8.
Okay. Do I just click apply or?
Roll.
Once you've got your, what do you get on your rolled HP? Your 3d8.
Says maximum hit points 3.
Oh no. Roll
Oh,
your 3D, roll 3d8 first.
Okay, I'm confused. I'm lost.
Before you do anything, go to your character sheet because you're using the character sheet for your dice.
Yep.
On your character sheet, bottom left, select the d8 and click it 3 times.
Okay, 11.
Right, so now you go to click on your name at the top and go to manage
Yep.
levels. Then go into your manage HP, and in that rolled HP section, put in that number you just rolled, and then click apply. Right.
Okay.
So don't take any notice of your max HP at the moment, guys, because that will change when we do your overall stats. Scathus, Trashy, you are next, sir. And
Well.
yours will be 3d8.
Yeah, done at 12.
Done 12. Awesome. Add that to your rolled HP. And lastly, but certainly not least, Zadriel. Same thing for you, please.
Got 21.
21. Nice. So add that to your rolled HP. Now we're going to do all our stats together, guys. Make it nice and quick, nice and easy. So now what you guys are going to do is each one of you will take 3d6. So again, Drax, all you do is go to your character sheet and just select 3d6.
Yep.
Roll them. If you get any ones, re-roll a single d6 and change the number. And just write the stats down. So we're going to do this 6 times. And just going to write your stats down. Either it's on a notepad on your PC or just on a note next to you on a pen and paper. But you need to write down your 6 stats, and then you'll get a choice where you're going to put those stats into your character sheet. Drax, if you need a hand with that, once you've got your stats, let me know, and I'll help you out.
So you say do it 6 times?
Do it 6 times, and just
So
write the stats down. So while those guys are doing that, I'm just going to mute myself in the Skype for a moment, so they can do their thing. Just to let everyone know, tonight we're going to be using some audio, which I found on YouTube from a YouTube channel by the name of Sword Coast Soundscapes. These guys have allowed people
Thank
to
goodness for reroll ones when you roll 3 ones.
Oh, I know. I've done the same thing twice.
have allowed people to use
I've
their
re-rolled so many ones
audio
already.
for their D&D games and for online.
Yeah,
so
the one that's pissing me off, I'm re-rolling the 1 to a 1 to a 1.
Which
Then
I've
get-
done 3 again. I've done 3
and,
times.
and then I get a 2. And it's like,
Oh,
yay!
I keep the second one. I don't chance with dice after that.
generally when we say re-roll ones, you get 1 re-roll, just to let you know. But we'll let it slide for the time being.
Do you want us to allocate those stats once we've rolled them?
Once you've rolled your stats and you've got your 6 stats, allocate them to your character sheet.
Where?
Again, you go to edit character.
Abilities.
So Drax, for you, you'd go back to. I'll bring your sheet up so I can see what's happening here. So you click on your name, and then go to edit character. Then you go to abilities tab.
Yep.
And literally you allocate the stats which you think are best suited for your class. So what you do with this is you look at your spellcasting ability, or your main stats. So I think for you as a druid, your spellcasting ability is I'm gonna find it. Spellcasting is wisdom. So for you, particularly if you've got wisdom as your casting ability, you'd want probably your major stat into your wisdom. Then you've got to think about things like damage you take and things like that. So constitution goes towards your HP as well. So whatever your constitution is, the modifier on that will be added to your maximum hit points as well. So bear that in mind when you're allocating your stats.
Evil.
What?
Just looking at
What have
this.
you done?
As a halfling, I'd say I rolled 3 11s, 2 14s, and a 9.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out where I should put the 9. My charisma, probably.
It's up to you. I'm not going to influence where you put these stats at all. So I'm just helping Drax because he's never played before. So again, depending on your class and what you're doing, you need to look at your spell casting abilities, the way you attack, things like constitution and strength and dexterity based on the skills that you want to have as your character.
Is casting based on wisdom?
Your casting, you need to check it on your sheet. It'll tell you
Where
what.
do I find that?
God's sake, woman.
Under your class, and then when you click class, if you have a look under, I won't have it here under me, but it'll say hit points, proficiencies, something, and it'll have spell casting. You click there, and it'll say in the blurb, it'll tell you what your proficiencies are for spell casting.
Spell rules.
It'll also say it on your character sheet.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yours is intelligence.
Okay, then I'll probably put that there.
It says it under your features and traits, guys. If you're looking for that ability, it'll tell you under your class features what your spellcasting ability is.
I rolled not too bad. I rolled 3 high, 2 low, and 1 kind of rough. I was like, oh, that's not so bad.
Okay.
Done.
So let me know once all your stats are in, guys. And,
that is terrible.
My stats are in.
Oh,
so
God,
Carnos is done.
I'm done.
Mirabelle is done.
I'm done, I think.
Scathus is done.
So I get a -1 to strength, +4 to dex, -1 to con, -2 to intelligence.
The audio, yes. The audio, Sword Coast soundscapes, guys. Casey's got the Rona.
That you, Rona?
Yeah. I rolled really well. Not.
Oh, I forgot I'm a human. +1 to everything. Whoop whoop.
How can you forget you're a human?
There is the link for the Sword Coast Soundscapes playlist, guys. They do a range of different playlists. Like I said, they've created some playlists specifically for Curse of Strahd, which I've taken those soundtracks and made some 30-minute loops for my purposes, make it a lot easier for me to be able to manage.
Absolutely.
I think I'm done.
Like I said, there'll be links to whenever these again, same with the other campaign. At the conclusion of tonight's campaign, tomorrow I'll upload to YouTube, and there'll be a link to Sword Coast Soundscapes in the description as well, because obviously avoiding copyright strikes, all we're gonna do is link to them in the channel, which makes it nice and easy. That's all they ask for, which is really cool, because they got some really cool sound effects and background sound for this particular campaign, which I really enjoyed listening to. So
once I've entered the stats, then what do I do?
Just
Press enter.
Just go back to your main sheet. So once your stats are in, you'd literally go to what's next, I think, on...
Yep,
yeah.
Okay.
And that'll take you to your character sheet. Yep, no, it looks like it's all in.
Whoop.
Sweet.
Yep, no, it looks like you've done pretty well. So your max HP's there. Sweet. Zadriel and Mr. Fibblestibs.
Done.
Zadriel's done. Come on, Fibble. The shortest person's last.
No, I'm done, actually. I'm really ecstatic with those rolls.
Right, so we're just going to go... Those of you in the chat, you guys now should... It might take a little while for it to refresh, but we are running the D&D Beyond extension, so you'll be able to have a look at these guys' character sheets. You'll be able to see what class they are, and obviously race and all that sort of stuff will be there as well. So go check that out. So I'm just going to quickly go through the stat sheets. So we've got Amelia with a maximum HP of 17. Zadriel 27, Fibble with 22, Carnos with 23, and Mirabelle with 14. Skathis with 12. Wow. Poor old Skathis.
Look at me bloody stats.
I know, but brilliant dexterity.
That was the highest roll of the whole damn lot.
You got some shit rolls, dude.
You always get shit rolls.
Okay, so first
That's
off,
true.
I rolled a 9, 4, 6, 9, 19, 8.
Crazy.
19's good.
19's good, but yeah.
What do you think I put in Dex?
Anywho, right.
I don't know if your math is good because
You got 18 in your thing, not 19.
I put
Three.
19 and didn't do it.
3d6 can only add to 18 anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say max you could have got was 18.
How, what?
3 6s are 18, dude.
Well done.
How'd you get
I might have
19?
plus, I might have plus one them.
I'm lost. So what do you have to roll for
3d6.
health?
No, for your stats. We're not talking about your health, we're talking about your stats.
Oh, I did.
Okay, so I'm going to have to redo it then, aren't I?
What were you rolling for your stats?
D20.
Oh my god.
Oh
Redo
no.
all your stats. 3d6.
That
For
would
each stat.
actually be very cool if that's all you had to roll.
To be honest, that
It would
actually
be.
worked out all right for you then, because that could have been terribly bad.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait for Trashy to re-roll his stats. 3d6, re-roll ones on your first roll only. I should have made that clear when I said re-roll ones. That's all good, Trash. We'll let you off.
There's always a comedy relief, Trashy.
Oh
It's him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not me.
Not at the moment, Rob.
So his new stats could be way worse. Who knows?
Yeah,
Or
maybe
they
you
could
want to
actually
keep
be
that.
good.
Maybe you want to keep that 19.
Well, now I wouldn't let him put a 19 in because I think the max you can get to start off with is 18.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I got a 19.
Yeah,
Mind
but you were rolling d10s.
No,
You're-
it was actually a 17, but I get a +2 to
Yeah, yeah.
intelligence. The 19.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
I-
I probably should have put something in wisdom instead of bloody
now.
constitution, because
Too
everything
late
is
now.
like my proficiency is wisdom.
Yeah,
I got the same with strength. I rolled max.
Yeah,
18, I was like,
proficiencies
"Oh."
just adds your proficiency bonus, so it's not a huge thing.
Mm.
Like I said, your stats are your stats. Once they're in, they're in. That's it. You're done.
Yeah, it's all good.
But
It's
it's like,
not bad.
it's not bad.
My charisma and my wisdom are shit.
The one thing I'm going to do quickly before we go any further is I'm going to write down your passive perception.
Ah, the old PP.
PPs.
Pee is pee.
Now, was there any
Amelia.
starting
Did he?
culinary or anything?
Any what
Starting.
now?
Any starting gold or anything we're working out?
Ah,
like that? I
yes.
can't remember.
Starting gold. I will work out in just a moment.
And starting shopping.
No starting shopping. You get.
Oh, crap.
Unfortunately.
Why not?
Oh, you might be able to do a little bit of shopping at Cragshaven, but probably not because there won't be a lot there.
No, we probably
It doesn't
won't
worry me. I was
put
just
a
being
goal
smart.
anyway.
Waste the whole
On-site
episode
procurement.
I just need a beaver skin cloak.
A beaver skin. No.
Hey,
shopping. Well,
hey.
it just so happens. Oh no, we don't have Fiala.
That's a little better.
And we got some pretty low passives here, guys.
I didn't
What do
expect
you
mine to be good.
expect?
That's good though. That's good.
We're level 3.
That's true. It's hard
That's
when
true.
you're playing a higher level tune.
Are you all done, Skathis?
He's thinking
I
about it.
believe so.
I just got to refresh
What-
your sheet. So
What were your numbers this time?
that looks better.
10, 9, 11, 12, 15, 10.
Yeah, those
Ooh.
are better stats.
Still a little low.
Yeah, they're not bad. It's definitely better than what it was. Now his max HP is 12, not 9. So I've got the passives written down. So we've got our passives. Starting gold, Mirabelle. Because you've come from wherever you come from, your starting gold. You didn't put your equipment in, lady. What the hell?
What did we need to? You didn't say anything about. I thought we were doing that tonight.
No, you were supposed to do that a week ago.
Okay.
Wow, lady. Wow.
It's pretty quick and easy to do.
What do you do? Starting equipment or gold, or add items?
Starting equipment, but you haven't even chosen a background.
I did have a background.
A backstory or a background?
Oh no, your background inheritor. That's right. But why does it not show any equipment? Oh, hang on, found it. So go to start equipment or gold at the top. Click on equipment.
Okay. So
You have a list of things.
Oh, one of
Make it
those.
quick. Well, as quick as you can.
Yep.
It's just luck of the draw.
So the inheritor
that one.
starting equipment for you will be a written story, poem, or secret. And your pouch containing 15 gold will be your starting gold.
Okay, we're starting gold.
You don't need to.
Okay.
If you scroll down and add starting equipment, it's already there. So, have you done that?
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
Added.
Thank you very much.
Oh shit! I didn't put that in. Crap. Okay, go.
You didn't put anything in. You've got no equipment.
I have now. I should have.
You've got clothes in a spell book. My God, woman.
It says I've got. Oh crap.
It says you've got clothes in a spell book.
Oh no, I want that.
You literally didn't add anything in that you were supposed to. You didn't put your adventurers pack in or anything.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I just then hit on gold instead of the thing and did the things and the stuffs.
Yep,
God.
Nutty's first campaign.
Done.
You'd think so.
Yeah. Is that better?
It's not like she has like 7 other characters.
Don't worry, roasted chicken. There's high possibility we could be burning a village soon.
Right, so yes, make sure you equip your quarterstaff as well. Right, so that's your gold. Why do you have 45 gold?
I have no idea because it says at the bottom a pouch containing 15 gold pieces, which I clicked and it's given me 45.
Oh, that'll do. That'll do. I'm not going to put you on that.
That'll do, big that'll do.
That'll do. Amelia, it says you currently have 5 gold, but we're going to change that. I need you to roll a d20 for me, please. You can just, on your character sheet at the bottom left, click on d20 and roll it. And unmute yourself so we can hear you.
5.
5. So you will, I'm going to add it for you. Your starting gold is actually 50 gold, so you've done pretty well.
Okay.
Next on my list, Zadriel. Same thing, d20 please.
13.
13. You will start, you've already got 60 gold in there, so we'll add another 70. So you'll start at 130 gold. Fibblestib. Same for you, please.
12.
120 gold for you. Carnos.
10.
100 gold for you. Add that to the 10 you already have.
Excellent.
Skathis, you are going to start with the 15 gold that you currently have.
Boo.
Well, do I get to roll?
No, you've got the 45 gold. That's it.
Oh.
This is all part of. This has all got to do with your
people.
background, lady. Sorry, you chose your background.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, someone take her one item off her, the spell book, exactly. Get rid of it. Take it off her. So,
It left you.
we now have our stats. We have our starting gold. Everyone has their backstories. And we shall now, before we go any further, we shall now start our story and start our prologue.
Dun, dun, dun.
Or you can punch a toddler, yes.
Absolutely.
Well, you are the paladin in the group, so that's your job, Michelle. Right, so punching children is fine. Yeah, burning them to death is that's another thing. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our story. Just give me 1 second here. Gotta bring music volume up just a touch. So, we start our adventure in a small roadhouse somewhere along the trade road between Daggerfoot and the castle of Dragonspear. In the realms of Faerun, the Sword Coast, a small settlement known as Crag's Haven. This small settlement of merely a dozen or so buildings, the roadhouse itself, single story, simple building, small bar, greets those who enter their main door, a few simple tables scattered around this dimly lit interior. The owner, a dwarf by the name of Torin Cragshaven, this town named after his family who have pretty much been here for several generations. The Cragshaven Inn, travellers often stop here for a rest of the night or resupply in the small but reasonably well-stocked merchants nearby. This day, the inn is a fairly quiet, not much is happening. Sort of just after lunch, sort of mid-afternoon. A few patrons sort of spread around the few small tables that litter the interior of the inn. As we go around the room here, we notice a few figures sitting in this small inn. We have a cloaked figure sitting in the far corner, hidden by the shadows. Not really well seen, but definitely there. There's another cloaked figure who's been here for a day or so, working, looking for board and a soft bed for the evening. As we sort of move around the room, the door swings open and in walks a human, fair complexion, and not very tall, about 5'6", fair hair as well. And Baz, would you introduce your character, please?
Well, I am, as explained, fair-skinned, long, blonde to silver hair, wearing mail shirt, with a large double-bladed axe on my back, the old light tan leather pants, and at this moment, my name is Carnos, and at this moment I'm just headed into the bar. I'm going to walk up to the bar, if that's all right, DM.
So as you approach the bar, you reach the bar and there's a stout but stern-looking dwarven gentleman behind the bar, just cleaning glasses. He looks up and gives you a nod of recognition, doesn't speak to you. Has long dark brown hair and a long dark brown beard tied in many braids. And you've probably heard of this place before in your travels, and you know of Cragshaven itself. It's essentially why you came here. You know that this is potentially a place to find the allies that you intend to hire or ask for help.
Anyone watching me go over to the bar will notice a minor limp on one of my legs. It's hard to tell which, but there's a minor limp there. I lay my hand on the bar and I say, "Good sir, one of your finest mead."
Hey, all right. That'll be 50 silver. Thank you very much.
And Carnos flips 50 silver from his pouch over the bar.
And he sort of just reaches a hand out quietly. He's not quick to grab it. He's just doing business. Pops it into a little pouch in the front of his apron. Turns around and from a big barrel behind, so you can see several different barrels that are set up behind the bar there. Turns the wooden tap and it's squeak as it turns in that sort of that cork sound, cork on wood. Wooden drinking vessel. Hear it sort of fill up, glug 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 glug. Sticks it on the bar in front of you. So enjoy.
Thank you, kind sir. And Carnos looks around the room, glances around to see if there's anyone he notices.
As you're scanning the room further, you see that hooded figure on the far right hand corner, eating a small but modest meal. The hood coming down quite low over their face, but you do notice the tinge of red skin under the hood. Bit of a scruffy, greying, unkempt. Not a big beard, not like a real big bushy beard, but just unshaved. Well, probably 3 or 4 days of stubble, but it's greying. And the figure doesn't really look up from his plate. Small cup of, you could only assume would be mead at his side as well. Moving around the room, you notice a halfling woman also sitting at a table, again a small plate of food and a small cup of some form of beverage. Unusual to see halflings this far west, but you've seen a few in your travels, but definitely not this far west before. You continue to scan the room, and in the far left-hand corner, you'll also notice another figure that hooded, but the hood is a lot lower than the previous. Can't make out any features of the face at all. But apart from that, there's just a few a couple of humans sort of sitting there together, having a meal, and another halfling on the far side that looks like probably a busboy or someone that actually works here.
Now, I recognise this covered up, bearded, reddish skinned creature, don't I?
You have heard stories of a monk, a travelling monk, that travels the realms and generally just helps people. But there's something different about this monk. He's not human. He's not the typical race that would normally be a monk in these realms. He's in fact a tiefling. But the stories of this tiefling monk have spread right across Faerun as he never asks for money. He helps people, whether it's clear a basement of rats or hunt down a thief, or just some general simple tasks, but always helpful, and never accepts payment, always just for room and board, a hot meal, a soft bed. But someone that you've definitely heard of. You're not entirely sure of his name, but you're definitely, his whole figure and presence looks familiar to you.
Knowing this, Carnos strides over to this figure. He sitting at a table, I assume.
He is sitting at a table by himself, right at the far right-hand end of the inn.
Carnos just pulls up a seat, puts one leg up on the seat, leans on a knee, almost like he's leaning on an amplifier over the stage, and he says, "Hello there, good friend. Say, I recognize you, don't I?"
I glance up and just go back to my meal.
Could I buy you a drink? I have an offer, so to speak.
Your offer? What's your offer?
Well, I've received a notice of some work, some aid, and I am looking for a group of people to aid me in what some would call a mighty quest, a great mission, a mission of great importance. That is what I come to see you about. I'm going to be hopefully recruiting people today and getting going as soon as we can. And this mission might involve a few treasures.
Before you go on any further there, Trash, just describe to the viewers and to Carnos what he sees when he actually approaches you and actually looks you, when you look up at him. Describe your character to us, please.
Well, mainly just the hood. Hang on. Wrong one. That's the one. So pretty much all they'd be able to see would be red scaly skin, silver cat-like eyes, and occasionally when I speak, a forked tongue. That's about it. Because the rest of me's covered with a cloak.
Exactly it. That's all you see.
Okay. So what say you, young, old, I don't know what kind of creature you really are. Is a tiefling under there, maybe?
I nod my head.
All right, then. I'll tell you what. I'll go about this a different way. Carnos heads back over to the bar. And is there anyone coming in and out of the bar at this time?
No one yet. It just seems to be... Let's say it's a very quiet day. There's not much happening. Just a few people.
All right, just a few people, eh? Wait there. What's your name again? Sorry.
Scathus.
Scathus, right. Just wait there, Scathus, and I'll be right back. Carnos walks back up to the bar. He sort of puts his hands in the air and goes, "Hello, excuse me, everyone. I just have a minor announcement here. Those of you, some of you, most of you would have heard of the lost mine of Fandalva, which is now found. So therefore, you will know who I am. And for those who haven't heard of that, you might have heard of the rescue of Sir Ragnar from the evil, usurping orc warlord Ulag. And we rescued me and a group of others rescued Sir Ragnar. You may have heard of me from that. Also, there was the city of Raccoon, which we purged the undead hordes. Well, we didn't purge the hordes, but we helped and aided the sheriffs to purge the hordes. Well, we got their sheriffs out at least. Anyway, those of you who have heard of those stories would know me. I am Carnos Lurth. And Carnos takes the axe from his back and he swings it up in the air and he says, "And I am on a great quest to help. Well, I mean, tell you what. Bartender, give me another cup of that mead. Put it on this table here by my friend with the beard and the red face. Those of you who wish to aid me in a great quest with some great treasures, come and sit down here and talk to me. I shall take your names and take your skill set to see if it is worthy of what we are doing. Thank you."
And with that, the barkeeper again waits and says, do you just want the one drink then, or do you want several?
Two, please.
Two.
That
would be a single gold piece then, thank you.
Water will be fine.
Single gold piece it is, my friend, and he hands over 2 gold pieces.
The dwarf sort of looks down and looks up at you and just slides them both and puts them in his pouch, gives you 2 handles of mead. And a single cup of water for Scathus, as he knows that's what Scathus is drinking.
And Carnos picks up these 2 mugs of ale and a cup of water and drops it over to Scathus, plonks his butt down on the seat, puts his feet up on the table and crosses them over, showing his dusty dark tan leather boots, and sits with his arms folded.
After a couple of minutes, the halfling that you noticed as you entered the inn wanders on up, sort of tugs on your shirt. Nutty, would you describe your character, please?
Hello. You'd be seeing a little girl, girly like halfling, with the big bushy hair, bright green eyes, pretty green cloak to go with her eyes. Nice cotton blouse. Amazing leather trousers, and you should see these boots. They're green, knee-high. Do you like them, Mr.
Carnos.
Mr. Who?
Carnos Lurth.
I don't know that I've ever heard of you. So what are you good for?
Well, you've never heard of me?
Mm-mm.
That's... And he takes a drink. That's impossible.
Not really.
So, okay, all right, lass. I'm not gonna. I'll get into it later. I'll go over some of my stories. So take a seat. So name. And he pulls up a key.
My name's Mirabelle.
Mirabelle. Right. Can I maybe? It's quite long. Can I call you Belle?
No.
No. Noted. Okay, and my friend here, it's Skathis, I think was his name. He wishes to know what you're good at.
Oh, I'm very good at my little spells and things. Do you see my wand?
Spells. Oh, lovely. Tell us a little bit about.
One thing you notice about the wand is it's very well made. It is. It's probably a little bit thicker than the average wand that you've probably seen in the sorcerers and that you've dealt with in your time, but very well crafted, very well made. Quite impressive, in fact.
That's a beautiful wand, lass. You have a lovely wand. Tell us a bit about yourself. What have you been up to? Where do you come from? What do you do?
Well, I come from... Where do I come from?
Does she even remember?
No, she doesn't.
You come
Where do I come from?
You come from a village in Shilmister Forest of Faerun.
I'm Faerun, and I've really spent my whole life there. So my great-grandfather told me all these wonderful tales of the world, so I thought I'd better go out and find some of my own. And this is where I've found myself.
Right. So, spells, you say?
Yes.
What is your most damage-dealing spell?
Well, I could burn you with my hands. I've got burning hands. I toll the dead.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I could splash you with acid. You'd never come back from that.
Yeah, I mean, don't do that because that's dangerous. But I like it. I think you're a candidate to be in our party. What do you say, Skathis?
Please, can I come on the adventure with you?
I nod my head.
He's nodding his head, Mirabelle. Oh, I think that means you're in.
Yes! I'm so excited!
Pull
I
up
must
a
have
seat.
speed.
Go buy mead, maybe 2. Right, back to sitting with my feet on the table.
After some time, you sort of glance around the bar a bit more, and you notice that the very shady-looking figure on the opposite side of the room is not really taken their eyes off you. Like every time you've gotten up to the bar and you've come back, they've been watching you. They haven't moved off their seat, but they seem to be watching everything that you're doing, and quite intently. They've never really taken their eyes, even though you can't really see their face. Still, you just notice that they're definitely watching you.
This bothers Carnos a bit, in a good way. He likes being watched, he likes to be noticed. But he needs to find out more. Carnos gets up. Excuse me, Skathis and Mirabelle. I have someone to see. And he strolls on over to this dark hooded figure. And he sits down on the edge of the table and leans in and says, "Excuse me, are you watching me?"
Drax, would you not much to describe really. I'll probably describe pretty much what you see is a real baggy, dark cloak coming right down almost to the nose. So you just really can't make out any features. From here you can probably tell that she's a female, but that's about it. The cloak's quite baggy. It's not form-fitting. The shadow falls very low over her face. Probably one thing you do notice as you do get closer is her face, even though it's covered with the hood, it also seems to be wearing a mask of sorts. You see what looks to be teeth, canine teeth, and sort of dipping your head down to look a little bit closer, you can just make out the eyes beneath this furry looking mask, which it's not unlike a wolf's head.
Well, speak up. What is your name?
I glare at him and say nothing.
Well, dang it. Do you... I tell you what, young being, lady, boy, man, do you, oh, maybe it's a language thing. Do you drink?
No.
Oh, there's some language. All right. So, are you interested in fame and fortune?
Not really.
That bears a little problem. Are you interested in aiding your common fellow being?
Perhaps.
Aha! Shall I sign you up then?
I could, as long as I am not judged.
Carnos looks around. Not really sure if you understand. We're not here to judge anyone. We're trying to get a group together to battle bad fellows. Those, you've heard of me, right, Carnos Live? You know, the whole Lost Mine of Fandelva. I found it with you not heard you. I don't know. You people around here are a bit strange. I guess I'm just gonna have to get me own personal bard or something. I mean, little dragonborn fellow might be nice. Nonetheless, tell you what, come and join us at our table, and we'll write up. Does she look like she's going to join us at our table?
Does it look like she's going to join you?
Well, being that you can't see or anything,
You've
you're
got no
pretty much
features.
looking at a black
Yeah.
figure.
Trying to discern.
So she puts her feet on the ground. She's had them up previously in movement, as she's going to stand up and join you.
Excellent. Come this way. How tall are you, Umi?
Oh,
Do we remember? Hang on. As she
not a
stands,
clue.
as she stands, she is. She's not tall. Not
No,
tall
she's
at
quite
all.
short.
Very short. Very. I would say probably 4'9", 5 foot. She's very, very short.
Okay, but
Think tall
not
dwarf.
too much shorter. Yeah, not much shorter than Carnos. He's not
Yeah.
huge, so
So basically, think like tall, very tall dwarf.
he sort of puts his hand behind her back and says, "Yes. Now you've got the picture. Come along, and bring your whatever it is you're drinking."
I stand and join him with my mug.
And Carnos pulls the seat you're sitting in, the wooden chair, all the way across the floor, like.
As you do. And as you are joining them at the table, Amelia, all of you at the table now, the door of the inn swings open with a loud bang as it hits the door, and in walks an unlikely pair. They seem to be arguing somewhat. A tall female, quite reasonably well built, and what looks to be a gnome with bushy hair, carrying a strange contraption on his back. But Michelle and Adam, would you describe your characters and the scene that is placed in front of them, please? Come on, guys.
I will go. You will see Zadriel, and she has a
chainmail armor, black gunpowder all over her face, golden locks, golden skin, golden eyes, and behind her is a... Do you want to describe yours, or you want me to?
A 3.5 foot high, blue-eyed, brown hair with green tips, like the young Einstein hairdo, all kind of sticking up in the air. His light olive skin, the musket on his back. Well, he's actually got it in his hands, trying to work out what happened.
I have a clockwork warhammer and a shield that says Carpe Diem on the front with a clockwork sun setting in the pathway on it. And I slam open the door and say, Feeble Stib, what is the rule when we travel? No tinker and walking at the same time. What have you done? You remember that cow? That cow will never be the same. Boom. Now it has a peg leg because we walk and we tinker. You do not listen to me. You want me to have a peg leg? Thank God they have wine. Bartender. I'll go sit at the table.
I'm kind of looking at the musket, going, Charlotte didn't mean it.
Charlotte
didn't mean it.
No. It's an accident, huh?
She went off.
She went off. I've heard it before.
At least the shield helped.
It hit my face.
Well, the shield did what it was meant to do.
Oh.
If we hear all this coming in the door.
Yeah, they're not being quiet at all. I mean, the door slams open and they sort of walk in, and Zadriel is quite distraught and very upset at Fibble, and is just berating him over his tinkering.
Can I ask, is Fibble holding the pistol, the gun?
It's a musket, yes. He's holding it in his hands, yes.
Yeah.
Carnos would see this and straight away be like, holy crap, that's a hero. Straight to the man holding the musket. So Carnos would get straight up out of his chair as soon as they come in the door and beeline towards Musket Man.
So yeah, with that you approach Fibblestib and Zadriel. Hit the man with the musket.
He would, yeah. I mean, obviously I'm gonna have to stoop to Fibble a little bit, but my dear, and I'm got a beer in one hand, waving my other. My dear sir, that piece of machinery you have right there is gorgeous.
Yes, Charlotte is good. When she works.
Is this your wife, Charlotte?
Charlotte's the musket.
Oh, my mistake. Oh, you name your weapon?
Oh, I name everything.
Oh, I thought you only name things you sleep with. That's crazy.
And it's just berating him.
He does sleep with it.
And so, sorry, you guys have come late to the party, but I'm looking for a group of adventurers, right? Like heroes, people who are gonna help in a great mission of life and death. And you just happen to walk in the door with that beautiful stick of boomery, and I must say, are you interested in joining in an adventure in riches and fame?
Is your name Carnos?
Yes, why, yes it is. You heard of me?
I know you. The stories from my town in Fandolin. Yes.
Yes, the lost mine. See, everybody,
Yes.
I was trying to tell them, but some here, they're just a little clouded.
You are famous, I know.
Oh, we have a table. Would you two? Yeah. This is. Come to our table. Mirabelle, are you trying to get the attention in here?
You called us clouded, so I thought I'd better kick you in the knee.
Oh, I was meaning that those who haven't heard of. Oh, yes, you haven't. Right. Come to our table. Can I buy you both a drink? Especially you, my fine short-fellowed friend here. Meaning the musket and you, yeah.
We go to the table.
Would you?
Has-
Are you?
Has
Do you want a
Pekka
drink?
frozen again? Eyes crashed again. Oh no.
Feeble Stib went boom. He will be back. He has to tinker in the bathroom.
Carnos will buy you a drink each. Carnos is not saying that out loud. That is a hit thing. Carnos will buy them both a drink. So he would ask what drink they want. I know Fibble's crashed. So what would Fibble be drinking? Do we think?
We will share a wine, probably.
Share a wine. Well, bartender, my good sir, Thorin is two.
That's
wines.
Thorin, not Thorin's my brother.
Oh, sorry. What's your name again, mate?
Thorin, with a
Thorin.
with a T, not a th.
Oh, Thorin. Like, yeah, I'm with you now. Like the bull guy, Thorin.
All right, okay. Whatever you say.
These two are sharing a wine. Did you say, my lady?
2 glasses, yes.
2. She would like 2 glasses of wine. I like 2. Yeah, and I'll have 2 more of the mead, thank you.
All right, that'd be 2 golds for the wine, and of course 50 silver each for the mead.
Excellent. That is a totality of 3 gold by my mathing.
You're a genius.
I have been told.
I'm sure.
No, it's not at all.
Okay.
So
and eventually he comes over and brings the 2 tankards of mead, and not glasses but wooden cups of wine. It's a simple village. There's no actual glass in this village per se.
And anyone sitting at the table would notice that Carnos is double parking quite massively. He's only got through maybe half of 2 of the meads, and he's got 2 fresh ones sitting here already.
So, what is your name, my golden-haired young lady?
I am Zadriel. You can call me Zaddy if you wish.
Zaddy, okay, if you like that. So Zaddy, and your friend's name?
Oh, he is Feeble Stib.
Okay, and does he get called anything for short? I'm not so good with the long name things yet, you know.
Yeah, you will probably ask him when he comes back, probably.
Oh, is he disappeared? Oh, did he leave his...
Fibblestib went to the bathroom. Went to the
bathroom. Okay, I'll ask him when he gets back. Now, these are my friends, newly acquainted friends, mind you, but everyone's into this being a hero, getting gold, helping the mankind kind of thing. Person kind, let's not be racist. So, how do we go? Over here, my friend in red, well, my friend in black with the red face and the silver eyes, this is Skathus. He didn't seem to speak too much, but he'll say hello once in a while. Say hello, Skathus.
Nod my head.
That means hello. I'm going to have to be a translator or something. I don't know. And down here to my right-hand side is. She's not Are you a little girl, Mirabelle, or are you actually a little older than a little girl? I don't know if I should take you on a dangerous mission if you're quite young.
I'm 29 years old, thank you very much.
Oh, you're
a little short on the small side. That's what us halflings are.
Do you hold it well? So this is Mirabelle. Mirabelle, this is Zadriel.
Hello.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Excellent. I was hoping.
Hello.
Okay, and then over here, and I don't think I actually asked your name, shady, cloudy, hooded figure.
You did not.
Tell us, what is your name?
My name is Emilia.
And what do you like for short? Just M or Emma?
Emilia.
Emilia for short. It is. And so what we're trying to do here is we're trying to figure out what you can do, what you can't do. So actually, Emilia, what is your skill set? What do you bring to this table?
I have a staff and I can hit stuff with it.
Okay, hitting with staff. And Carnos is making notes again.
And Zadriel, yourself, what do you bring to this illustrious group of collective things?
I have a warhammer and a shield. I like to fight up close.
Warhammer and a shield up close. You're talking my language there, because I like to get in close as well.
And he taps his axe that it's on his back again.
And at this point, Fibbleston just comes in and shoves himself in next to Zadriel, like sort of pushes in. Like you're sitting around like a table with bench, almost like bench seats, and he just sort of shoves himself in beside Zadriel after returning from the privy.
I brought you wine. He brought you wine.
Yes, enjoy your wine, Mr. Stib. Fib, what do you prefer? Fibblestib. Everyone seems to prefer their long names, but that is fine. You can all call me Carnos. Some people just call me Car. They don't.
Nos? Call you Nos?
You can just whatever you want.
Nos.
Yeah, Nos is good. Nos is fine.
A little quiet.
You may
Yeah.
have already heard of me. You know, Carnos Lurth.
Yes.
Great. Yes. Now, tell me, sir, and I can see straight off the bat what you're bringing to the table. That lovely. What do you call that piece of equipment? The boomstick.
Stick? This is not a boomstick. It's Charlotte.
Okay. So Charlotte, what and so what else do you bring to the table other than Charlotte? Beautiful Charlotte.
I rummage through my bag and I pull out like all these cogs and stuff. And
Cogs?
pull out a mace, put it on the table.
Nice. Hammer.
I love it.
Calm down. He gets excited.
I make that. I made that hammer. It's still not working.
He makes it. You make these things. This amazing.
Yes, I like to tinker. I also made a gun.
Is it? I mean,
Sanity ray for my kings. Never got it to work.
I was stuck back there a little bit with what you said before. You like to tinkle? Is that why you went to the toilet?
Tinker.
Oh,
Tinkle.
oh, I see.
And Carnos has another drink, puts another half a cup down. Right. This is good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we have ourselves a pretty good fellowship, so to speak.
Fellowship? What does this cost?
It's only just. I mean, it could cost your life, I suppose, but really, it's just a group of us getting together to. Hang on, I should probably get to the point now. Since I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's all. Is there no one else in here willing to step up? Hello.
There's no one else in here.
Well, there is a few other people, but yeah, no
They
one
don't
take. Everyone else that's in the bar takes no notice. They sort of look up and sort of grumble and sort of get back to whatever they were doing. Most people in here look like simple farmers or merchants.
Excuse me, Mr. Carnos.
Yes, wee one.
How many of those meads have you had to drink?
Oh, I mean, I
Too
try to.
many, I think. Do you not hold your liquor very well?
Why is that? I'm exactly the same as when you first walked in the door. When I first walked in the door.
It's exactly what I'm saying. See, you don't know whether you're coming or going.
That's,
looks fine.
That's a good thing.
He doesn't look rosy cheeked, doesn't look red eyed. He looks perfectly sober.
Do you always talk this much?
Not normally. I'm just trying to get the group together. Once the group is together, the talking will cease a lot more and the action will happen a lot more. Do you like to talk?
Not really.
Oh, I was hoping you might, because I have this letter I was about to read to everyone that I received. This is the one you sent me, right, DM?
Yep, it is.
Sweet. I have this letter in my bag here, describing maybe what we could be getting ourselves into. Would you all like to hear it? I can get my friend Mirabelle here to read it out.
You certainly can, if you'd like me to.
That would be lovely. Sorry, DM, I got you to send it to me, but I'm giving it to her.
That's right.
Because
Perfectly fine.
Carnos's reading is a little, let's say, I can read, but I'm a little rough. Here you go.
What's my reading like? Should be a light, shouldn't it?
My intelligence is low. I don't know about yours.
Alright, I think mine's all light, actually.
He pulls out that crumpled. It's not an old letter. It looks fairly
it's relatively newish. It's not on new paper or old paper. It's on parchment paper. It's been inked in regular inks. It's well written. It's in a very tidy sort of calligraphy style hand. It's very well presented. Someone's educated has definitely written this letter.
Are you going to send it to me so I can read it?
Oh, do you want me to send it to you?
Oh,
I thought you were sending it to us.
Shit, I'm sorry.
Right, I got it.
I might have had one too many. I actually don't know
Done.
how to do that.
Alright, it says, Hail thee of might and valour. I, the Burgomeister of Barovia, send you honour with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire? What's a vampire? I don't know what one of those is. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now my dear Irina languishes in the land of and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. Doesn't sound very nice, does it? He has become too powerful to conquer. Oh, that doesn't sound very good either. So I say to you, give us up for dead and circle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy man call upon their power, that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. What does this mean? Sounds like adventure.
It's exactly that, right? That's what I was trying to say to you before. It's fame, it's fortune, it's adventure, it's helping this young lady and maybe more people who have been bitten by these vampires. You said vampire. You've not heard of a vampire before?
I've not heard of either, to be honest.
Around the table, you've all heard of vampire.
I've heard a little bit.
So, is the mission to go build a wall to keep these people out
Well,
of our lands?
walls. I can build a wall.
I see you're thinking. I don't so much know as building a wall would help because a vampire can fly, from what I understand.
Very tall wall.
Interesting.
Very, very, very tall wall. Like meters high.
I think what the leader is trying to say to us is that we go and defeat this great vampire and save the people of this Barovia and get many kudos, rewards, that type of thing. And for me, I get to put my name out in a new land. Yeah.
Building a wall sounds better.
You, my friend, can definitely build a wall when we get there if you like.
Okay.
Can vampires build ladders?
Spiky wall.
I love it. So after discussing this for some time between yourselves about vampires and building walls, spiky walls and ladders, some of you have heard of Barovia, and some of you have heard of the legends of this strange land that no one can actually get to without invitation. But it's all been nothing but folklore. No one's ever really returned from there and told stories of it that you're aware of. It's just all been bedtime stories and that for children. But after some time of you guys sitting there drinking and finishing your meals, those of you that had meals, the door of the inn opens once more, and in walks a very tall, slim built, long dark haired gentleman with a real long wispy moustache, long goatee, very colourfully dressed, holding himself quite up, standing upright, and strolls into the bar and sort of looks around, spies Carnos sitting with you guys, and walks right up to you, to the table. Carnos, my friend, I see you have found companions. Yes. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I do. I believe we are ready to go. Hold a second.
And Carnos pulls 2 small flasks from his belt, and he starts tipping beers from his mead mugs into these flasks.
Good. I bid you all welcome to invite you to my camp and to meet my family. We are camped a few kilometers down the road. Come and join us. We drink, we eat, we dance, tell stories, and in the morning we will take you to my homeland of Barovia.
Is that good with everyone? Are you ready to go now? Are we? I'm good.
Whenever you're ready. I say, I am not welcome here for long. The gypsies not looked upon very good in this village. So I will depart soon. But you come when you're ready, or you come now. It's up to you.
Is this the start of the adventure?
Yes, Mirabelle, this is exactly that. This is where everything begins and gets awesome for you from here out.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's good. If you can't wait, then we can go now. Is everyone ready to go now?
If you're ready, we can leave now. I take you to camp, and we drink and we dance.
Tibbs, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Right. What did we say? No tinker.
Oh, tinkering is fine. We got tinkerers in the camp as well. Maybe you'll
No.
talk and share story and tinker together.
Yes, but not walking tinker.
I'll tinker with Lucy instead.
And he pulls out looks like a compass.
Motherfucker.
Oh, awesome.
And starts tinkering with the gears and stuff.
Adam Dean's inspiration, dude. That's amazing.
He took my line.
Oh yeah, bitch.
And with
That
that, the gentleman who hasn't actually said his name at this point, he stands up and says, "Right, follow me. We take you to camp. Follow. Come."
I know his name, right?
You do.
This is my friend, the and I can't remember it. We were talking about it the other day.
Giovanni the gypsy.
Giovanni, that's right, the damn pizza guy.
Yep, the pizza guy.
Giovanni, the gypsy.
So he's just again stands bolt upright, holds himself very very well, very sort of straight backed, chest out, sort of head up, and strolls out of the bar and heads off down the road. Are you guys going with him at this point?
Carnos just gets up and just sort of waves for everyone to come and goes.
So you're all following. So he said it's a couple of kilometers down the street, down the road, out of Cragshaven. So you leave Cragshaven, the small village. You head southwest towards the Dragonspear Castle. After a little while, Giovanni turns into the forest, and after about 10 or 15 minutes walking through the sort of forest, not a dense forest, but a bit of a forested area, you come across a clearing in the forest, and what you can see from there is a small camp. It is probably 20 or 30 people milling around. There's a few tents, as well as some barrel top wagons. So they're all solid wagons, not with canvas tops. They're all the typical wooden gypsy type caravan. There's a large bonfire in the centre. Well, not large, it's sort of probably 2 feet high, so it's a big fire in the centre. There's stuff hanging over it cooking. There's people sort of dancing around. You can hear violin music. And they're all very colourful people. They're just typical what you'd expect from a bunch of gypsies. They seem happy. Looks like they've got either wine bottles or some form of alcohol bottle. Most of them are carrying the bottle. Haven't got cups. And Giovanni turns to say, "Come, we dance, we drink," and invites you all to sort of sit around the campfire. As he sits, he then sort of says to you guys, "So you've all agreed to help Carnos in his journeys, yes?"
Yes.
He sort of looks around the group, expecting some form of confirmation for you guys. He sort of waits for each one to answer.
Sounded like a lot of fun, so I thought we'd come along. Well, I thought I'd come along anyway.
Had nothing better to do, so yeah, why not?
Emilia nods, but since she's wearing so much clothing, you can't actually tell.
And he looks over at Scathus, who hasn't said anything at this point, looking for some form of recognition from Scathus as well.
Just sitting there, contemplating, meditating.
Oh, he doesn't talk very much, does he? He's a quiet one.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm loud enough for everyone. That's great. So as the evening grows dark, you do see there's probably a dozen or so men and women gathered around this bonfire. They're all in good spirits. A few of them sing and dance around the fire, while others find happiness in the bottom of flasks and wineskins. A wineskin is handed around all of you to drink from, as it does with everyone. And Giovanni sort of takes a big sip from a wineskin he himself has. "Oh, forgive me. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Giovanni, and this is my family. Some call us gypsies, some call us thieves. But we are Vistani. We are proud people, yes? Let me tell you a tale of our people. Of a prince." He fills his mouth with more wine and then spits it into the fire. The flame turns from orange to green as the flames dance and sway. A dark shape appears within the bonfire's core. "We come from ancient land, whose name is long forgotten. A land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes. And now we wander the lost roads." The dark shape in the fire then takes form of a man being knocked from a horse, spear piercing his side. Giovanni continues. "One night a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injuries, quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he would not say. All he wanted was to return home. But we were deep in the lands of his enemies. So we took him as one of our own and followed him back towards his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was our prince, yet we did not give him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves." Deep into the bonfire you see the dark figure standing, sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. "This man of royal blood fought to protect us, as we protected him. We brought him to safety, to his home. He thanked us and said, 'I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know you will always be safe.'" The figure in the dancing fire then vanquishes its final foe and then disperses in a cloud of smoke and embers. Giovanni's face becomes more somber. "A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We travel far and wide to find heroes such as yourselves, to end our dead lord's curse, and put his troubled soul to rest. My mother and our leader, Madame Eva, knows all. She will read your fortunes before sleep takes you this evening, yes? Please, allow me. And he gets up, moves over to one of the caravans and goes inside, and a short time later you see him helping an elderly woman down from the caravan, escorts her to the where he was sitting, sits her down, places a stump in front of her and a small piece of cardboard or wood or something, almost like a table in front of her. Then places a tied scarf, looks like it's tied around something, in front of her. This frail woman is led to the fire's edge in front of you. She sits, she looks at you all, and the first thing you all notice as she looks around and sort of, almost as she's looking at all of you in turn, her eyes are milky white. No irises, no pupil. It's pretty evident that she's quite blind. But it's even as you notice this, when she looks at you, it's almost like she's peering into your soul. The gaze is quite unnerving, but not uncomfortable, just quite strange. Good evening. Giovanni has told me you are to travel to our homeland. Let me read your cards. May they help you in your journey. She then picks up the cards as if she knows where they are, doesn't falter directly to the cards, unties the scarf, and then slowly starts to shuffle these oversized cards. They're very pretty on the backs. The backs of them have really intricate designs. It looks like a sun and a moon, and it's just they're very pretty to look at. She then places the cards in a cross pattern. Top one first, then the left, then the right, then the middle, and then the bottom. She then says to you all, please concentrate on the cards, so I may better understand what they tell me. After a short time of you all looking at and concentrating on these cards, she turns the first one over. It's a picture of a woman provocatively dressed. She goes, the charlatan. This card tells of history, knowledge, of ancient, will help you better understand your enemy. I see a lonely mill on a precipice. The treasure lies within. She then pauses for a moment and moves to the leftmost card. Turns it over. The mercenary. Shows a man with a sword and a shield fight in a battle pose. This card is one of power, force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. The thing you seek lies with the dead, under mountains of gold. The next card she turns over is the right handmost card. She goes, is this card the enchanter? A wizard dressed in fine robes with a crystal ball. I see a kneeling woman, a rose of great beauty plucked too soon. The master of the marsh knows of whom I speak. Now the center card. She leans in, she pauses before she turns it over and says, this card, important card, sheds light on one who will help you greatly in battle against evil and darkness. She turns it over and it's a picture of a hooded man with an executioner's axe. The executioner. Seek out the brother of the devil's bride. They call him the Lesser, but he has powerful soul. The final card. She turns it over, and it's just a picture of mist, swirling fog and mist amongst some trees. The mists. This card is where evil lurks. The mist obscures all, and unable to see much more than that. I'm sorry. The cards are not always clear. As your voice trails off, these final words echoing in your ears, you all instantly realize, as you look around, the music stopped. The fire is burnt to all but embers. You look around, the tents, the caravans, the Vistani are no longer there. Usual, but where have they all gone? Standing, looking around, nothing looks familiar. This clearing doesn't even look the same. The sky is dark, overcast. Appears to be morning. You got here early to mid-evening. It was dark by the time you'd met Madame Ava. There seems to be a thick, heavy mist engulfing the trees around you. You barely see one or two trees into this thick fog. And that's where we're going to end our prologue, ladies and gentlemen. Session 1 next week will be the start of the campaign. And we'll start with the 6 of our unlikely heroes trying to determine where the hell they are. So, oh my god, people.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, people.
What was in the wine?
Well done. Well done, players. I did say we're probably going to finish a little bit early, which is cool. We can answer a few questions in the chat, or even if you guys got a few questions about what we've just done, feel free to ask. But yeah, so that's our prologue. Those are our characters. Again, just to go through them from the order on my overlay here, we have Baz, aka Carnos Lurth, the folk hero. We have Adam, aka Fibblestib, the gnome tinkerer. We have Nutty Mirabelle, halfling. We have Himalaya, the hooded figure that no one can see. Drax up there on the top. We have Skathis, the tiefling monk, and Zadriel, our resident paladin. So, you got a question? Can you keep going? We probably could if we really wanted to, but I don't want to get too much into the story outside of... This is more to be a prologue than the start of the story. I want the start of the story to start from the entrance into Barovia. So, you're going to have to come back next week. But players, do you guys have any questions at this point?
What was in the wine?
Drugs.
Didn't touch the stuff, so didn't make a difference what was in the wine.
Were we supposed to write that stuff down?
I will send you the. I will post in the group chat the cards and what they meant, so that you generally were supposed to take notes of those. So do take notes. Especially because this may happen again, the card readings can happen multiple times throughout the story. So is Carnos addicted to glory? Well, you're going to have to keep watching and find out. I don't want to give too much away.
I guess you probably get that feeling from what he was saying. It could be something like that.
What are the other party's addictions? We haven't seen many addictions. I mean, I think we can safely say that Fibblestib's completely addicted to tinkering, and is really bad at it.
Best entrance.
So far.
That was the best entrance, though.
Oh hell yeah! You guys, actually, Michelle DM's inspiration as well. Before I forget, you guys, that entrance and that roleplay was awesome.
That poor cow.
Look, I made it a new leg. It'll be okay.
Boom boom is not the same.
Did you guys practice that, or was that just on the spot?
No,
That's the best
we didn't
RP in my
practice it,
opinion.
but we did come up with the idea.
Yeah, I
before.
mean,
it's gonna be a cat, but you
Yeah.
know.
the best RP is ad-lib.
Cat
in my
jail,
opinion,
you
so.
know.
Well
Cat.
done to Drax. Even though we didn't really get into it too much so far, this is Drax's very first game. For those that don't know, Drax is a first-time D&D player.
He's our virgin.
As our D&D virgin. Drax has been a part of the community for a long time. He's been a mod in the chat. Long-time friend of mine, IRL. So it's kind of cool to get him in there as well. I expect lots of weird and wonderful shit to happen with him in this group. Just so you know. Anyone else?
Nothing to live up to, Drax.
Any further questions?
Look,
I was planning to-
in the long run, it's a game. Have fun.
Oh, definitely.
Don't worry about anything. If you are worried about something, there's plenty of people around that will tell you that you're doing something wrong.
I was planning to be snoring during Carnos' speech, but I sort of got distracted.
Yeah,
There's going to be plenty of time to snore during Carlos' speech, I get a feeling.
Yeah.
I get a feeling that Carlos is going to be, even though he says he's not going to be vocal, I get a feeling he might well just be a little bit not truthful about that. Maybe. We'll see.
Baz as a person is a talker, so it's hard to turn off sometimes.
But welcome to any newcomers to the chat that haven't been to the channel before. I know some of you have joined late in the Paradigm campaign, which is on Sunday night. So this is a brand new campaign, Curse of Strahd. This was session 0. Basically, we did all the stats, and we've done a prologue to introduce the story. Next Wednesday night, 7:30, will be the start of episode 1, the session 1, which will be the start of the actual story with our heroes in Barovia. So definitely come back and see that. If you can't, don't panic. All the VODs will be going up on YouTube the day after recording. So tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, I'll be uploading this session to YouTube. So if you don't have my YouTube, !YT in the chat, I'll give you that link, and you can catch up with the Paradigm campaign as well, which runs every Sunday night. I think we're up to episode 48. I think our next episode is
49, I think.
no, 47 just went up. 47 just went up today. So yes, 47 went up today. 48 is our next campaign.
And we're all gonna die.
We are not going to die.
potentially.
Oh,
We could.
You could. I mean, there is a
Yeah.
We
possibility.
nearly did last time.
Well, and Ari nearly did.
Yeah, she so
Yes.
nearly did.
So yeah.
She's nearly died a couple of times in this campaign.
Oh yes.
Yes.
But yes, so obviously there will be a bit of a recap next week when we start. We'll do a quick recap over the prologue, but again, I'm going to try and keep the recaps as brief as possible. Some of my recaps are quite long, but
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is.
And Drax, it's a husky.
Yes, yes, it is. Very cute dog.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he wants attention at the present moment.
Mina says taking bets on how long the accents will last. I
It
think
depends on
I've
how
done.
consistent they last.
I think that for the most part, Mina, these guys are pretty good. I mean, Hit's pretty persistent with his and the other campaign. No one else really has an accent in the other campaign. So,
Neymaris did, but
well,
she died.
Neymaris did, but she's dead.
Yeah, we killed her.
We did for the one shot. We did accents.
Yeah, most of us had accents for the one shot. I struggled without teeth at that point, so that was.
No. The one shot I didn't.
No, you didn't either. But so the only accent that'll struggle probably be me, because I'm dealing with dentures, and it's kind of hard to keep an accent going when your denture moves. So it'll be interesting to see how that sort of goes. Now, hopefully Magic's taking some D&D notes for the reintroduction to the game. Hey, dude, Magic, if you ever need any advice or help setting up a D&D game, if you're going to do it, man, hit me up. I'm more than happy to help. Good good to see Lost Chapters and Roasted Chickens in here. You guys rock. Loved your guys' campaigns. Kind of miss your Curse of Strahd, which kind of really prompted me to do this one. The previous Curse of Strahd campaign, because of IRL things and time zones and that, just really couldn't go ahead. So I was really disappointed that I couldn't continue with it, which is why we decided to do it in this time zone, because it's just easier with these guys. And with what's going on, well, obviously with COVID-19 and IRL stuff, it was just easier to do this way on our own time zone. But yeah, Jackson, Lost Chapters, if you're watching, dude, definitely pick up Curse of Strahd, dude. And if you need a player, hit me up, because I'm keen as to play this module as well. We will have a few surprises along the way. I have got a number of things planned for this campaign. You guys know from the Paradigm Pack campaign, I'm not just going to run a straight campaign. There's going to be a few twists and turns along the way, which should make things interesting. So I'm looking forward to implementing a few of those to see how people handle them. But yeah, I think unless anyone else has any more questions about, not about this campaign, about Paradigm, while we've got all the players here, we've got a little bit of time. By all means, don't hesitate to ask. Let us know.
So do we get a few thousand XP for that?
No, you don't get any XP, because we're going to be running on. Oh, that's the thing I was going to let everyone know too. We're not running on XP, running on milestone leveling. So everything will be done on a milestone basis. I will obviously choose particular milestones, which you guys, if you achieve those milestones, will gain a level out of it. Which is generally how the modules run. It might be a mixture of both, but I'm going to be writing stuff down, and you'll get levels sort of in set points. Dumby Nation TV, welcome, dude. Long time no see. So down to play. D&D is a great game, dude. If you can find a group of people that are willing to play, get into a game, man. It's so much fun. So very, very social. Even if you want to start your own game, get into DMing. It's not as hard as people think it is. It's as long as you've got a bit of an imagination, D&D 5e is exceptionally easy to get into. There's so much information out there. But yes, Mina, I'm intrigued to see how an artificer works. So looking forward to see that. I don't know much about the class myself. Only on what I saw with the Lost Chapters with Adok, the goblin in that series. He was an artificer as well, and it was a very interesting looking class. I mean, I haven't done much reading. Dumby, unfortunately, we have a full crew. We can't really run much more than what we currently have. It gets drags things out a little bit too long. But in the future, who knows, my man? Like I said, time zones can always be a bit of a bitch. But if something works out and we can get other people into a game, I'm definitely keen. As those of you that play Dungeons & Dragons know, a campaign can run an awful long time, depending on the campaign. Our homebrew campaign's been running over a year. This campaign, I estimate, it's so hard to tell with the Curse of Strahd, because of what it is. It could run for 3 months, it could run for 3 weeks, it could run for 6 months. But maximum should be 6 months, give or take. Playing every week sort of changes things too, but it really does depend on what the characters do, on the routes that they take in the story, and everything else. I mean, they could walk into a situation and all die in the first 5 or 6 episodes, so it could be a really short campaign. You just never know.
The Fellowship walks into a bar
and gets smoked by a nice demon.
Yay!
And says
Campaign
ouch.
over. Start again.
That is
So
the
roasted
Sunday's
chickens,
campaign, isn't it?
Depends on what route the artificer takes, but they're a half caster using constructions and magical enhancements to aid them. So basically a support class.
I save before I walk in the door.
Look, how I've been looking at the artificer is they're a healer, they're a buffer, they're like the most perfect support class I've ever seen in D&D.
And
also they're tinkerers, and that's the thing I've always liked. So
yeah.
I've sat there and went,
It's
Artificer,
definitely a
I want
cool
one.
support class for sure.
Yeah,
Steampunk, eh?
Oh, very much. So,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So that's why I went with the steampunk background for this one.
Yeah. I call them anus fisters.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that too.
Oh, awesome.
Kind of like New Zealanders.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Shots fired.
the thing is with that, Adam, we learnt from our Australian cousins.
Yes.
It actually doesn't worry me. I mean, man, that feels so good. Just do it.
Just plenty of lube and you'll be okay.
Yeah, what's that song? Elbow deep in the borderline.
okay, alrighty.
Yeah, this just took a very dark turn.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Roasted
I was just
chickens.
quoting
Artificer has time to set shit up. If the Artificer has time to set shit up, basically Batman of D&D.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I hate Batman.
So do I, but it's not right. He's not wrong. Essentially, it's Batman of D&D. Marvel for the win.
But yeah, it was I think it was actually roasted chicken. That's the one that made me sit there and go, ooh, I want to look into that. So I looked into it and I went, that's my next character.
Tony,
is pretty
well, there you
cool,
go.
though.
Tony Stark. He's the Tony Stark of D&D. That's more like it.
Yeah.
It-
Just
yeah.
less arrogant.
I'm playing my one just a little bit more on the insane side.
It sounds like it.
I
But
like
that's
the voice
awesome,
too,
though.
Adam.
Dude,
His
the
voice
voice
you
was
pulled for us.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that took a
You're
lot of
all
convincing.
doomed. But no, you guys did. Everyone did very, very well. I mean, even Jax. I mean, considering your character, I know the backstory of your character. I know that the way that we've talked about you playing your character, and you played it so well. Just that whole, I don't really give a shit, kind of, character. So it worked really, really well. I think it may. I think it might make things a little bit hard for Carnos with Skathis and Emilia in the group.
Yeah, is it pronounced Emilia?
Emilia.
Emilia, okay, my bad.
Emilia. I
Emilia.
wasn't too sure because I was pronouncing it weirdly anyway.
I was
with my
pronouncing it
half
Amelia,
slurring. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, Amelia.
but Emilia.
With-
Okay, we must remember that.
with his half intoxication.
Carnos is going to get that wrong in most places.
Dealing with a half demon in the party
That's
who's
right.
not paying attention.
Oh, a half. Yeah, I suppose.
That's good. That's going
Well,
to be
you've got.
funny
I mean,
too,
the thing is, you
because-
guys haven't really determined what race Zadriel is at this point.
That's true.
Carnos, you would know because you guys kind of know each other. You have met, like she said, in Phandalin. She is an Asimar. So Asimar is in Tieflings, or Asimar, if you want to get technological. Asimars and Tieflings do not get along. Especially an Asimar Paladin.
I just think she's pretty and shiny.
She is shiny.
I mean, again, it depends on which lore you look at. I mean, if you're going to stick with 100% what they write in the books, then yeah, Asimar. I mean, I like to call them Asimar. I think Asimar just sounds wrong. Asimar, I think, like, because of the history between the Asimar and the Tiefling race, there probably would be a bit of tension if you were to play that type of character. But I think it's more the Paladin, the fact that you know the Tieflings have demon blood. It's more the Paladin thing that is the issue more than the race.
I'm just
itself.
going along the line of the fact I was raised in a monastery. I wouldn't know about this shit. So
Well, the thing is, yeah, I mean, because of who you are, you don't want to give too much of your backstory away, but because of who you are, you have no clue about anything like that
Much.
anyway. So I mean, your character's obviously a little sheltered, so.
a little bit.
Oh, the Beholder, I love Beholders. I've got Beholder Mini that I've got painted back here. Baz has got a Beholder Mini he's painted as well. Awesome minis. And this one I want to let you guys know. This campaign, the Curse of Strahd will be no battle maps, no miniatures. There will be some map references and stuff brought up from time to time. But this will be 100% theatre of the mind. So any combat we enter into will be done strictly theatre of the mind. So I'll describe the situation. We're not going to worry about whether you're 30 feet away or 60 feet away. there's going to be a lot of assumptions on that point that if you want to do something, I'm going to assume you're going to move into position unless it's ridiculously long, like you're 150 feet away or 150 meters away, and you want to cast a spell that's only got a 60-meter range. So I'm going to try and use metric for this campaign as well, rather than feet. So be aware that may throw some of you off a little bit, even though it says 60 feet in your spells. Think of it in meters, not feet. Even though something says 60-meter radius, it's not going to be 60 meters, of course, but we're going to be like 30 meters. Things. I'm going to try and use as much of the metric system as I can because we're all familiar with metric. So
get a converter app on your phone. It's quick and easy.
Yeah, what is that too? Or if you're on your computer, bring one up on your computer.
Or that, yeah. Stupid computers. I forgot about it.
But yeah,
It's just like a calculator. It's a very powerful calculator.
Yes, yes. Baz, no miniatures except for Emilia, Mirabelle, and Fibblestone.
Yeah, I'm like you say, no miniatures. I'm looking around the room and seeing all these 4-foot people.
Technically, Carnos is not exactly a maxi.
5'6".
He's a bit of a mini too.
Michelle,
You're 5'6". Ooh.
So how tall is Zadriel?
5'9".
And Skaithus, what were you?
6.
So Skaithus is tallest in the group.
Tallest, yeah.
So Skaithus, Zadriel, Carnos, and then out of the little people, how tall is Fibblestone?
3'5".
3 foot, 3.5 foot, yeah.
And Mirabelle, you were
4.5 foot.
So yeah, so Fibble's the shortest, then Mirabelle, and then Emilia.
Amelia, that sounds better.
Amelia Earhart.
Emilia.
Very nice.
Emilia.
So, which girlfriend did you name that one after?
The next one.
Another girlfriend.
Next one.
Blow up pot.
Oh,
Just like Charlotte.
or Lucy.
Oh, Lucy the Compass. Oh my god.
I like it.
That was brilliant.
I actually thought of that today. I was sitting there going, I'm going to piss Baz off.
Actually, just while I'm on that, it's been something I've seen on other channels. Actually, I wouldn't mind doing tonight because we've got time. I'm just going to go around the cameras here and Nutty, aka Mirabelle. Favorite moment from tonight's prologue as far as characters and what happened.
I'm sorry, that entrance. Fibblestone and his Charlotte. That was awesome.
Yeah, I think I have to agree there. That was pretty cool. Anything else, character-wise, or just roleplay in
I'm loving
general?
the characters. They're all awesome, actually. It's like, I can't wait. I actually can't wait to go adventuring with these people.
Tracy, aka Skaithus.
The intro of Yanti and Mr. Packer. Fucking awesome.
I think we're on a bit of a roll here with favorite moment. Michelle.
Fibble still building a wall, and Mirabelle reading the letter because it sounded like music. So musical. I loved it.
Robert.
I'd say the cow of the pig's leg, but it's like there's just the thing where Carnos said, I need to judge your abilities, and I said I'm going to hit stuff with a stick, and he's like, sweet, that's good enough. It's like, wow.
Hey.
Low expectation.
Awesome. And Baz.
I mean, obviously it's the entrance, Fibblestone and Zadriel, but away from the entrance, I actually think Mirabelle's Mirabelle's voice, and the leader definitely did it, but just in general, just I don't know, the way you said, I kick him in the knee, I tug on his cape, it definitely sounds like a little person, and it just makes you feel that there. So I think, yeah, for me, between those two, it's good. Everyone seems to be quite humorous as well, more so than what I was expecting.
Definitely. And Adam.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Charlotte?
Yeah. I liked when Charlotte blew up and look, this character, I kind of, when I sat there and went, how do I want to play him? I just said, I want to be fun. I want to have some fun with him. So
awesome. That's good because I mean, when you look at, I think our characters from the other campaign, I mean, all of you have chosen completely different characters that are not role played even the same. I mean, it's even Skathis. Even though Trashy's Trashy, we all know who Trashy is and what he's like. The Alessandros is not Skathis, and there's going to definitely be a big difference between them. As much as Trashy's never going to change. As far as DM is concerned, guys, my favourite moment, I've got a couple that I want to mention. Firstly, I just want to bring up what Roasted Chicken said in the chat here. I have to say, it was highly amusing to see Carnos just run around this tavern trying to recruit anyone who blinks at him. I mean, to be fair, he didn't really have much of a choice because there wasn't really many people there. But obviously the entrance between with Zadriel and Fibblesib, definitely very cool. The French accent, it was awesome, and just it wasn't even so much the accent; it was just what you said, and the mother tone that came through, berating Fibble over his tinkering while walking. It kind of gives you that whole mother running with scissors vibe.
I thought of people playing Pokemon and walking into things.
But yeah, again, the Mirabelle reading the letter and just the ad-libbing to the letter was really kind of interesting with the extra bits you put in there. Obviously, your character not knowing anything about vampires and stuff like that was pretty cool. And I mean, overall, just everyone's character in general. I mean, I think everyone has put a bit of thought into their character and really sort of come up with a character that will suit this particular story somewhat, even though none of them actually know where they're going and what they're actually doing at this point. So it's pretty cool, and from a DM's perspective, it's just good to be playing with a bunch of people that just want to have fun too, that know how to be serious when the time comes in RP, but also know how to just give people shit.
So when do we get to burn out a village, huh?
That's completely up to you.
I always blame the people in hoodies. Amelia, Skathis.
The shady characters.
Yeah, no one wearing a hood can be trusted.
True.
The Sith corner in the upper right of the screen.
Yeah. It's funny how he's put all the Sith in one spot.
The Sith, I like it.
I know, so we've got it all on one side there. And they do look kind of like that, don't they? I mean,
Skathis and an apprentice.
Skathis just looks shady as hell. And the fact you can't see Emilia's face is kind of weird itself anyway, but Skathis just looks angry.
Looks even, that's because you can just see the outline.
I know, that's awesome, mate. Yeah, we did it on purpose. Really Drax gave me the idea of what he wanted, and I said, okay, well, I can't give you the mask that you want because it just doesn't. The program we're using is just too limited, and I couldn't find a mask with Photoshop that sort of fit properly, that would fit in the right context. So I thought, well, I'll just make the face more opaque and just hide it, and we'll just during the description we'll say that she's wearing a wolf mask. So underneath the hood, I don't know if you guys caught it, but underneath the hood, she's what you could only see was probably the snout and teeth of a wolf. Even that was quite well hidden with the mask, with the hood as well. So
I was hoping you weren't going to say it was a mask, so they might think I was a bloody wolf or something.
It would have been pretty obvious it was a mask, though. Looking at the stats that come out, most people are pretty intelligent. I mean, they're not dumb. Some are a little bit more simple than others, but not dumb.
Some have just not travelled at all.
Yeah, well, is that too. But, I mean, a lot of the sort of stuff's going to come out during the story, which generally does with a lot of campaigns. People will start to talk, maybe, or maybe not, depending on what your character is wanting to achieve as well. Because, I mean, we are playing a story, we've got an actual story arc to follow, but you guys are telling your own story as characters too, so as much as we're playing an actual official module, your story is going to meld with the Curse of Strahd story, with your backgrounds. So that's where, I think that's why I like D&D so much. It's, even if you've got a set story, the story will still change based on the characters and what their backstories are, and how you interact with each other. Because your backstories could have quite significant effect on what happens within the realms of Barovia too, based on who you are as a person, what you've done in your past, and what people know or not know about you. Oh, definitely roasted chickens. 100% agree. Keep forgetting you're on camera. I'm doing on camera. It'll take a little while.
Nose and eating it and stuff.
Yeah, you've got to be aware of that stuff. But
if you do it, you go off camera to do it.
Yeah, you turn your camera off when you do this sort of stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so hopefully we will. Well, not hopefully. We're gonna have some fun with this. I say session 1 will start next Wednesday, 7:30 PM New Zealand Standard Time. Session 0 will be uploaded sometime tomorrow evening or Friday morning. But it'll definitely be up before the weekend. And obviously the latest episode for Paradigm went up today. I was a little bit late. I've been busy doing Curse stuff, so it was uploaded today. So episode 47 is available on YouTube now. So if you missed that, go check it out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, notification, all that sort of stuff, that you get notifications whenever we upload a new video, because now we'll be uploading 2 videos a week. So go check that out.
If you remember.
And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Costs you nothing. Click a button and you're subscribed. Done. Obviously, if you like the D&D stuff live and you do come and hang out with us, make sure you hit the follow button. Thank you, Zebo, for the follow. I had to acknowledge that from tonight. Definitely make sure you hit the follow button. If you're not subbed and you want to, when we ever get a natural 20 or a natural 1 in the game 2, guys, we have a natural 20 and a natural 1 emote. If you are not subbed and you want to use those emotes, we have channel points. So all you got to do is be viewing the channel. If you go down to the bottom under your chat bar there, you'll see a little gold coin. If you click on there and you've got enough channel points, you can unlock any emote you want for 200 gold coins. And there's a few other ones there as well. So if you want to guide the raid, if you've got 10,000 gold coins, you want to pick who we raid after a D&D stream, find us someone to raid, you guide the raid. If you want to name an NPC in the homebrew campaign, 25,000 gold pieces will give you the ability to give me a name and a race of a NPC, which I will put into the Paradigm campaign. It may not make it in the following session, but it will be in the session within 2 or 3 sessions of you naming the character. So if you redeem that, let me know. DM me in the Discord the name and race of your character, and I'll make sure it gets into the campaign. I think Adam did one which we had, which was the priest that visited you guys in Hellond. Alistair Black, I think his name was. Something like that.
Yeah, Alistair Black.
Yep.
Alistair Black, the wrestler, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Alistair Black was the priest that visited you guys in Hellond when you killed Namaris. And Nutty's one, which was a goblin, was the dead goblin that you found in the Tomb of Horrors, which I believe Alessandra still has a wedding ring to deliver.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Where's that go to?
In the city of, in the capital city, so it's in Voland.
Oh, oops.
Oh, we're just there too.
I know. I did ask if Alessandra wanted to do anything while she was in Voland, and she never, nothing.
Oops.
Nothing.
That's called not taking notes, eh?
Yeah, you need to use a little bit more of a sledgehammer method when it comes to trash.
I know.
It's like us and the horses. Oh.
You can't do it. It's railroading. You just
I
have to let him go.
just let it go. I'll let it go. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah, I think it was the last pitfall that you fell into. You found a goblin corpse.
Yeah.
And on that goblin corpse was a diary and a gold ring.
Goblin corpses, they're my favourite.
Nice. Drax says you sold it.
Probably did, actually.
No, I think I still got it. Maybe.
In my home campaign, Sean, I think it might have been before you and Annie, or in between the you and Annie sessions when you guys went away and came back. Jason's character, they burned a whole bunch of tents of goblins in.
No, I was there for that one.
You were there for that one?
I was there as Barovia for that one, yeah.
Yeah.
He
chained the goblin to his hand. Thought it was asleep and dragged it around for about 3 or 4 games.
Dragged it around for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Never checked to see if it was dead. Dragging dead goblin around. That's a classic one.
That was funny. The worst part about it is what he was doing with it in the meantime.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's not... You can't talk about that.
No.
Okay.
Well, you could. We're an 18+ stream, but it's probably not the good idea.
Tabletop game at home without streaming, there's no rules.
It was pretty, let's say it was not 18+, but more like 21+. Just to give you an idea. I think people's imaginations are good enough.
This is why Het doesn't like necromancy.
Yeah, a little bit. Just not
I
quite
think you're
the
getting
men's
confused with
part of it.
necrophilia.
Yeah.
Necromancy.
He was a bit of a murder hoe. Forget the murder hobo.
A bit
Just
like
a murder
Yanti
hoe.
wanting our campaign party to get to know each other. We talk coffee and greed.
Here's the best part is I've got a certain amulet or trinket that allows the characters to respawn near the area die if they die. And when they come back like a husk. Their old body is still there. They're still dead, but they had their memories uploaded into a husk. And he wanted to do things with his own dead body.
God,
Wow.
And we'll just say, we'll just say do things and leave that to rest up to you.
Yeah, that's yeah. It was way worse than what you think.
Yes, it was.
That sounds like a bloke that would never be actually on the online stream for evil. So
No.
He's a good dude.
Oh, he's an
He just
awesome dude.
was
He's
out
funny
there.
as hell, but
yeah, what happened to those guys?
I just worked.
Shift,
yeah.
real life
Shift
stuff.
work?
They work shift work. Yeah,
Yeah.
just they couldn't make too many games. So
Again, it's
No, we've got a good little group going.
Yeah, it's the IRL thing. I mean, that ultimately that's what did it in for the other Curse of Strahd campaign, was because it was just time zones, too many things going on IRL, and it just didn't work out the way I wanted to, which it was disappointing because I really wanted to complete the campaign, which is why I asked these guys whether they could commit to possibly 6 months doing Curse of Strahd, because I really, really wanted to DM it. Ultimately,
It's
I really
so
want
hard
to play in
too,
it
'cause
too.
commitment.
I know, right? Commitment's hard. But I do also really, really want to play in a Curse of Strahd campaign at some point. So hopefully one of the many DMs among us would like to do a Curse of Strahd at some point. And it doesn't have to be online. It can be offline, whatever. But I definitely would like to play in one day as well. Purely because I just love the campaign.
I think was that going out to like a hint to roasted chickens and lost chapters.
Lost chapters.
Lost chapters. Roasted chickens.
But
It would
yeah,
be
Vampire
good if they got
Masquerade
back
definitely.
together.
Like I said, after the Paradigm
My
campaign
dice.
comes to completion, we will be taking probably 2 or 3 weeks off, and maybe longer depending on how long it takes to set it up. But we are looking at doing a Vampire Masquerade campaign after that online with Baz as the storyteller. So the rest of us will be playing, and Baz will be storytelling for us, which is really cool. And on that note, I actually went on to AliExpress.
If you got real dice, I'm gonna thump you.
I bought you dice too, ladies.
I
Oh
know,
no, I bought just D10s, but you get
D10s.
they do packs of D10s for like $3. 10 D10s. So I got 10 black ones and 10 red ones, and I bought 10 purple ones for Nutty. So the red ones are your hunger die, and the black ones are your regular die. So they actually worked out quite, and they're actually really cheap and good looking dice.
Might
too.
as well put the black ones away.
Well, I'll just roll red ones. Because I'm gonna be hungry all the time.
Everyone just plays with hunger die all the time. I know how. I feel like I know you guys.
For some reason, you saw a rat and you ate it.
Yep. Because I was
Then
hungry.
you saw a dog and you ate it.
And you saw your friend and you ate him too. No?
And then you ate the
Yeah,
cow's
Grim.
egg.
Grim, yeah, the Vampire Masquerade was another one. I watched the LA by Night series on YouTube. Oh, pardon me.
They've rebooted too.
Are they?
Yeah, they're still going, but they're not down as LA by Night. They're down as something else now.
I have to look them up. Oh, thanks, Nutty.
They left Geek and Sundry and they're on something else.
Oh, they're on their own,
do.
they're on their own channel.
Yeah,
now.
they went out on their own.
Oh, awesome.
So and they.
I'll have to try and find them.
It is still LA by Night, but it's
Have they changed the name of the story?
Yeah, the whole story's been changed.
Okay.
But it's all the same people and the
Okay,
same
cool.
storyteller, everybody. Yep.
I'll have to try and find it then, because those guys are awesome. I mean, Jason Carl's a brilliant storyteller. Was the guy Dave, whatever his name is?
Yeah, he's in a couple of good ones. I watched I can't remember what it was called. It was like a post-apocalyptic game, and B Dave was in there as well.
Yeah, he's done some cool stuff. He's done some D&D Beyond stuff as well.
Really good actor. Yeah.
The guy that plays Jasper, I can never remember his name, but he's a monster actor as well. He's done a lot of monster stuff. Brilliant player. Like Jasper's an awesome character as well. See if I can find out who he is, if I remember his name. Alexander Ward. That's his name.
Oh, they moved to World of Darkness, yeah.
The World of Darkness, is it?
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool.
Because the other day I was sitting there and I was going through LA by Night and it got up to a certain episode and then it just disappeared. And then because I've been watching LA by Night, that showed up and I'm sitting there going, well, what the hell is this? So I clicked on it and I'm going, wait a minute, they're all the same people. What?
Yeah, so Alexander Ward's done a lot of stuff, a lot of voiceover stuff, and a lot of shorts, TV series, and shit like that. But he plays. I mean, Jasper's just a great character. I like it. It's the way he plays it, and he looks creepy.
Those guys all dress up too, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, they kind of make themselves look like.
Well, there you go.
The way they expect their character to be.
Jasper, Alexander Ward or Jasper played Mattress Man in American Horror Story Hotel, and that is creepy as hell. Just I'll show you. Hang on a second. Scenes. There you go.
It's pretty obvious that it's him, isn't it?
That's him as well. From Sleepy Hollow. I think it was a TV series. Pretty cool makeup. And that's him as well. Some pretty cool stuff. And obviously that's him in real life. But he's got that real slight build, which enables the use of prosthetics a lot more. But, so we're 20 to 10, so we're getting close to probably the end time of the stream anyway. So if no one else has any further questions, we'll probably call it there. And we will see you guys on Sunday night for the Paradigm campaign. Usual time, 7:30 PM New Zealand Standard Time for episode 48. I don't even think I've done the recap yet, but I'll probably do that on tomorrow or next day.
It doesn't make a difference. We're all going to die. So.
Well,
Too much
since you say that, no.
Too busy concentrating on the new characters, and not focusing on the old ones.
Hey, Sadiq's still there.
Definitely, Grim. Good. I hope to see you guys back on next Wednesday, obviously, for the continuation of this Curse of Strahd campaign, but also I'd like to see you guys, for those that haven't been involved in the Paradigm campaign, come and see us on Sunday as well. Doesn't matter if you haven't caught up with the story. The recaps sort of give you a rough idea of what's happening. The characters are around level 10. As I said, go check out the YouTube, go check out the VODs, skip through them to get the basic story, get a bit of a recap, but make sure you subscribe over there. Make sure you follow here, and if you really want to support the channel and help the channel grow and continue to help us continue to do more modules potentially in the future and homebrew stuff, subscribe to the channel. All money, the subscribers, donations, and bits and all that sort of stuff goes right back into the channel. Pays for source books, pays for all the material that we use. So if you can do that, that'd be great. If you can't, just hang out with us, because that's all we really care about. Is you guys
and it also pays for nutty snacks.
Yes, pays for nutty snacks. We've got to pay for the snacks. If we don't pay for the snacks, she'll try and chew my leg off, and that's just not
Thank you very much.
That's back into the channel, right? You know, you get to see it.
Exactly. Well, true. But yeah, so do the things and the stuff. Who are we going to raid, guys? Have we got a channel that we can raid tonight? Who is online? Let's see if we've... I know Dreaded Gem's probably on still, maybe.
Let's raid a porno stream.
A porno stream. No, Dreaded Gem's not on tonight. Fancy Lads.
Well, there you go.
8 viewers. Fancy Lads Foundry VTT Time of Heist. Or Time Heist.
But they sound very fancy.
Let's have a look. We'll see how fancy they sound.
The wear of these braces. So it's got, you notice it's got sort of barbs on the inside.
Got here. So
of,
Sheriff Dan.
The bracelet.
Is his name?
And it advertises that, you know,
Sheriff Dan.
You
Captain
know,
Dan.
make your spells more powerful. Draw on your own magic. Draw on the magic.
Captain
within your own
Dan, you
blood.
got legs.
Incredible damage upon your enemies.
Yeah, they don't seem overly.
Is that it?
Well, it essentially kind of deals damage to you every round once you activate them.
Oh, look, there's us down there, all the way down there.
Your damage, your spells do more damage.
What sort of damage? What sort of?
We'll go Sheriff
both
Dan.
ways.
Yeah. So 5 damage.
We'll raid someone
extra 5
that's
damage
not
to you every
necessarily.
round.
He's only got 7 viewers.
And then your spells that you cast.
Sounds
will
like an
output extra 5
Aussie to
damage as
me, or maybe even another Kiwi.
Yeah. Okay.
There's the
Next.
wand of switcheroo. Once a day, you
A
can
wand
point
of
at another
switcheroo?
creature with.
Sounds interesting. Righto, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate it very, very much. We will see you again on Sunday. Until then, join the raid. And bye-bye.